She said they was me.
Okay, today's storm, before we start, I have on my Sanderson Sisters shirt.
I love that shirt. Where'd you get that from?
I don't know. My old job that I used to work with, I was in charge of like events too. And Halloween, like October, I went nuts because it's one of my favorite times of the year. We would wear a t-shirt, like we had like a week where it'd be like you have to wear a Halloween themed t-shirt every day. I have a gazillion Halloween t-shirts.
Wow.
But I don't remember because this has been, oh, I've had this for years. Girl, I keep my clothes for forever. As long as I can fit them,
Me
I'm
too.
keeping them.
Hey everybody, thank you for coming. Today we have a nice, fun show. And I have a lot of questions. So, because I was going through y'all stuff and like doing research. Could you guys introduce yourselves, tell them a little bit about you guys, and anything you want them to know before I start the interview?
Gunnshy, go first.
Okay. Hi, my government name is Sharonda. I go by Gunnshy. As part of RowdyGunnshy. Let's see, what about me? Oh gosh, okay. I'm originally from Ohio. I moved to Texas in 2015. It'll be 10 years next year. I started out writing plays, poems, and etc. And yeah, I'm a Taurus, and my favorite color is purple, and my favorite drink is margaritas. And yeah, there we go.
Girl, you sound like you're doing a dating site.
Right.
You know what to say. She made me go first. Go.
Okay, Rowdy, go.
So I'm Rowdy. I also am from the Midwest originally, but I live in Texas now. I am an author and a filmmaker, and in the realm of filmmaking, I produce, I do screenwriting, I'm a director, and I edit, and I write books. So I'm an Aquarius. That's all y'all are getting. Y'all get what I give you.
Nope, well, damn.
You know how us Aquariuses are. You love us and you hate us.
Lord Jesus. You guys have a lot of acolytes as far as in the film industry, in the indie film industry. Y'all have been in the ABFF TV1 screenplay comp and was recognized for, what was it, Fandom?
The Fandom was the screenplay that we were finalists for, yeah.
Did a podcast called Extraction. Yeah. Yeah. And Gunnshy, you were Best Actress nominated for Love, Sex, and all that other stuff. Third Coast is funny as fuck, y'all.
Wait, let me make sure you give it right. Not Love, Sex. She was nominated for Third Coast. We weren't nominated for anything for Love and Sex. I don't want to do any misinformation on here.
Well,
Nothing for love and sex, not the script at least.
Right. We hadn't even put that out.
Oh, Third Coast. Okay. I'm gonna start with Third Coast because I've watched that a couple of times. Because this is, y'all wanted to go into comedy because the first episode, hide and seek, was hilarious. It was hilarious. This man is running from these women. It was hilarious. What made y'all want to do? What was the idea? What was the mind frame of going into making Third Coast? Because, like I said, it's funny as shit.
I'm going to start, but then I'm going to kick it to Sharonda because in my previous life, my job, I worked for a call center company. So that's where the idea came from, candidly. I worked for a very crazy call center company. I was like a director over, either way. I had direct contact with the people, and I love them. To be honest, the crazier, the better. I get ideas as a creative. So candidly, that's where the idea came from. And the way her and I work, if one of us has an idea, we will bring it and we will talk about it and figure out if it's something we want to do. And so me in this crazy call center environment, there were so many amazing people and different personalities. And obviously as a creative, you embellish. So we embellished some, but I brought the idea and then this character of Courtney to share. And wanted her to play the part, which is crazy. But when I tell y'all, so I direct, right? So she was actor in this in Third Coast, but so she stepped up and we did, girl, I'm going to go into this rundown, but I'm going to let you take it over because she was so good about allowing me. So we're partners, but in that realm, I'm the director. So I'm the boss, right? And that was a crazy character. So she was really good about allowing me to lead her into getting into the character. I had her dress up in character and we went out in Houston. So I'm going to kick it to Sharonda now because from a director's perspective, I was like, how do I get her into this really wild, outlandish, over the top character when she's fun and all that, but she is absolutely not that character. Let's all be clear. And she did this and we went to remember we went to Starbucks, but I'll let you, how you felt about it all because yeah.
Okay, so Third Coast. Okay, first of all, when she brought it to me, I was so excited. I was like, oh yeah, this would be cool because I witnessed some of the people that she worked with, and yeah, it was a story worth telling for sure. And then the whole Courtney thing came up, and I'm just like, oh, me? Because at the core, I'm very much introverted. I'm very introverted. I'm not one to necessarily put myself out there like that, and then to put myself out there as this ridiculous character on film that lives forever was something that I really had to wrap my mind around, but also to trust Rowdy and her vision for it. So when she say her, which I was just like, this girl crazy, she think I'm gonna do that. So it was, so part of it was, so I went out in full character. And if you've seen Third Coast, Courtney has the way she walks. She does this little skip thing when she takes off. She does this crazy thing with her eyes. So I'm literally in Target walking around the aisles by myself as Courtney, hopping and skipping as I go look through the different clothes and stuff so that I can really, really become this character out in public. So that's because I couldn't otherwise. I had to be all in or not in at all. So I chose to go ahead and be all in.
How is it method acting like that?
Before you even answer that, she did it so well. She literally won at the Houston Comedy Film Festival, Best Lead Actress in a Comedy. And that was your first time being on film, acting in a lead part, right? And then taking direction from me. That's how dedicated she was. This was our first short film. This was our first... Yeah, it really was our first time entering a competition, and for us to win 3 awards, her, the other actor Omar, they nailed that.
Yeah.
But how was it for you to method acting like that? Because you went full on into that character, and then also take direction from your partner as a director, and how did you maintain a serious face? Both of y'all.
It's so funny. Okay, so I'm probably the more serious one of the two, right? So I'll start the first question. So, like I said, as far as just the character, I had to go all in. I had to dress as her, wear my pants high, walking around in crazy shoes. I was a straight up method actress. I had to do everything. And I studied people too. And I looked at some of my favorite actors who they say when they're on set, they don't even allow people to address them as their name. They address them as their character because that helps them really become that person. So it was just some of that. Now, as far as Rowdy here directed me, I will say 2 things. One, like I said, I had to trust her. And I wouldn't have done it if I didn't trust her. I think as far as the acting piece and her directing me, there was no issues. She's a creative, she's a visionary. So I wouldn't be I wouldn't even put myself out there or be creative partners with someone who I didn't trust to lead me in the right way. The hardest part for me was getting over myself as far as accepting that on this particular thing, I was the actress. I wasn't gun shy part of the production company, and that she was the director and the director was the boss. So I think that was the hardest part, because I couldn't be, in this situation, I couldn't be the boss and be Courtney, because for one, I had to be an example with everyone else that was on the set and follow her lead. So I think that was probably the most difficult part to get used to.
Okay. Now, you both have, damn, this is inspiring me, because y'all two Black women owning your own company and y'all making waves and making moves. But y'all have something called 16 Minutes. And then you have Grace, What is Normal Anyway. So tell me about those films, because I want to get through with your films and stuff like that, because then I want to really dive deep into the production company itself. So tell me about Grace. Tell me about, I want to know what made you write these? What are they? Because I was searching for them. What are they? So tell me more about it.
Grace. So I'll tell you, no, let's start with 16 Minutes, because Grace, for me, was born out of 16 Minutes. Yeah. I think Sharonda would agree, because I went and sat and wrote that out of anger and animosity, to be honest. Which is, so let me take you back, which is why, Storm, I'm always preaching to you about business first. And we learned a hard lesson when we started. So 16 Minutes, which the original title for it was 13 Minutes, which Sharonda had brought to my attention. It's based on a stat that every 13 minutes someone unalives themselves. And we wanted to create a short film to bring that awareness, but also particularly to the Black community, to Black women, to the Black church community. So there are elements in that story that addresses homosexuality, the church, depression, knowing the signs, without giving it all away, and of course, TikTok. But it was a really important story that we wanted to tell. And so I have some connects in the entertainment industry who said they would help us bring this to life. It was the first thing we ever did. It was my first time on set. And I'll tell you, I learned a lot. You have to fail. You learn so much either from failure or from someone taking from you. It wasn't that we failed, but what happened, so we filmed this. Sharonda and I, we perfected the script. We worked on it. We helped. We paid for it. We paid for the production. Her and I helped with casting, all of that stuff. We were on set, and I can't front. I'm a consummate learner, so I'm on set learning from the director, learning from the cinematographer, learning everything I can, and I'm glad I did that, because it helped to fuel me with what happened. So this amazing short film came out of it. I mean, Storm, I thought it was really good. It was amazing. And we had, it got shown to a couple of people who were interested. They stole it from us, because this is why I say it's such a hard, good lesson, because we didn't have a contract. It was our word. It was like our word. We just did it off a handshake, because for one, it was my contact, a very good one. And I don't think it was intentional. I don't think they went out and set out to do it, but it doesn't matter. They did it. Yeah. And so we went back and forth. We got lawyers in lives, really pretty much the project just had to die. We had to enter a stalemate because we didn't have anything in writing. That's why I say contracts are so important. We don't do anything without a contract. So, and Sharonda, I'll let you talk on that in a minute, but that, for me, them stealing our shit fueled me so much that I was like, oh, that's okay. We're going to write something else and we're going to film it and do whatever. Which led to Grace, which Grace is actually finished. We didn't put it out because in the film industry, if you're going to submit things to competitions, you can't have it out anywhere on any platforms to make it available. So, but that's what led to Grace for me. And if you'll notice, like, we deal with all kinds of themes, but what we love to do is deal mostly in controversial themes in the Black community, because Grace is about a lesbian and her love life and what happens in a matter of like 30 minutes. And we like to tell quick, short stories. But for me, so anyway, when we lost 13 minutes, we also went back and said, let's make our own. And the stat has changed. So at the time it was 16 minutes and it went from 13 to 16, which is a better statistic, right? Every 13 minutes to 16. But that's how it came about. And by the way, that visual that you see on our website for 16 minutes, Gunnshy created that. She created that. She's also extremely creative in that realm of, like, I don't want to say graphic design, but putting stuff, materials together.
I'm going to get to that because I do have some questions about that, Gunnshy.
So I don't know, Sharonda, if you want to say anything about what happened with 16 minutes.
No, 13 minutes is, to this day, is probably the project I hold closest to my heart. So what happened was hurtful because that particular project was really, really important to me. So because of that, of course, like, she was saying, we don't do anything without a contract, but also because of that, we're very protective of our shit.
Understood. I understand that. You guys are now reaching over into the book space. Yeah, you knew I was coming with it.
Quick.
Yeah, I waste no time. I waste no time because I do, because the marriage between film and books, especially indie books, has been a big thing, but at the same time underrated, because especially with indie books, it has to be a specific type of indie book that gets the, popularity per se to the public compared to, I don't know, a Black author and their indie books, So what was the mind frame? And we're gonna take Rowdy not being an author out the equation, but what is the mind frame behind the film company that says this is a route that we want to entertain, we want to look at, and why, and what does that look like for you guys?
That's a lot. I would say this. When I think about some of my favorite films, some of my favorite television shows, those are from books. I think about like Little Fires Everywhere. Love, just brilliant from a book. Big Little Lies, based on a book. So I think about things like that, and things like I would have never even heard of those had they not been made into film, to be honest. And it's the concept of the idea of what can we do. Let's do that same thing, but in the indie world. Because a lot of these things, people would not hear about them until it's really put out there. It's really put on that visual platform. It's made into film. It's presented to a larger audience. Because after, like, you think about Little Fires Everywhere, when that came out, the book sales, that automatically went to, like, top of the list. But it was that marriage that did that. It wouldn't. I don't think either one of them would have did it on his own. So it's super important to me. And just being an indie lover, just a lover of everything indie, and a creative, a full, like, just creating everything. I think it was an easy transition. It wasn't even like, oh, let's, it wasn't even a second thought. It was like, yes, we need to do that. We need to do that right now. And I know we're not supposed to be talking about, taking Rowdy out of it, being an author. But
no, that's the reason. No, because you can't take me out of it. I can guarantee you, Storm, we would not be doing this if I had not done the author thing and brought it to her attention.
Yeah.
That's why you have to marry the two for us.
Like, wait, she got the church finger up.
Because we as a production company would not have thought of delving into the book world if I had, in the indie world specifically, because we are focused solely on indie.
Question. That was a two-part question. So the first part, yes, as an indie author, but the second part of that, why? Besides you being author, you got to take that part out of it. You already got the question where, okay, I'm an indie author. Now, why dive into it as a film company? Yes, because you're an indie author, but what does that look like for you guys as a film production.
It does, to me, it doesn't look any different than what we do. The only difference is the focus. For me, discovering Book Talk and the indie author world was a whole new world for me. And I don't think anybody focuses candidly on Black indie books to film. I haven't seen one to real, like, I just haven't. And it's wide open right now. It's a wide open playing field. And we're two Black women who love everything indie, who love to help people, who want to see our stories, all of our stories, brought to life. So for me, I see the opportunity in that there's just the open playing field in the indie book world. And I think that people underestimate these stories and their likability, if you will, mass appeal, but it's what the people want.
Yeah.
And they leave us out, especially Black indie authors. They leave us out. What we want to do is tap into that, not only like Sharonda said, sorry, Sharonda, I just used your full gov. But like she said, if people like it, they might see it and never read the book. Well, guess what? Now you got book sales. So I guess for me, that's what you can tap into. And help Black indie authors, help an Black-owned, female Black indie-owned film company. It's like reciprocity, two-way street, man.
And one thing about us too, we write, as far as screenwriters, what we want to see, right? So we tend to, like, what's getting our attention. You think about like the fandom, the one that was at ABFF. That one is literally about a crazy, it's about a crazy group of fans who get pissed off at that the
showrunner.
The showrunner for their favorite show, their favorite hot show. Think Thursday's Hot Couple, and make them do something like crazy, and they decide to kidnap this showrunner to make them write the ending they want.
Like, that is born out of the I'm in fandoms. Like, let's just be real. We were in the Scandal fandom, and it was born out of that. So think about, if you're a fan of Scandal, and oftentimes there was a period where Shonda Rhimes was making us mad by making Olivia be with Jake. We were team Fitz. And so we were like, what if we write a story? We're in the fandom. Like, we were hardcore in the fandom. Let's write a story where a fandom, 5 characters, kidnap the showrunner and hold her for ransom. And that's what we wrote. And I'm going to tell you right now, the response and feedback from TV One and ABFF was like, this is different. We've never seen anything like this. That's what they kept saying about ours. And for us, we were like, what? It was just our life. But they recognized the difference.
Right. And
which is what I think people need, which is what we need.
Right. And it resonated with the fans. So that's part of it too. Like, these stories, like, Hollywood is rinse and repeat so often, right? The stuff that's out there is so rinse and repeat. And then you put something out like that, and the fans are like, oh my God, there's something new. And there's so much opportunity in the indie book world to really do that. I think even, oh my gosh, what was the American Fiction, right?
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. It was different. And I think people are yearning for something different than what they see presented, as far as like the Black community, be it fantasy, be it drama, comedy, whatever. I think people are looking for something different, and that difference lies in these books.
So what makes it you know, in the indie world, as far as books, a lot of books are overlooked unless they're traditionally published. You know what I'm saying? You become an indie author and you get traditionally published, and then all of a sudden your book is a movie. So how would an author go about sending y'all their book and say, hey, I have this amazing story. People have really been, fanning it and everything else. I have amazing sales from it. I would love for you to take a look at it and maybe possibly write a script for it.
They go to our website and submit. There's a form that you fill out, That's exactly how you do it. You
I
just
hear
go to
that.
our RowdyGunnshyProductions.com and fill out the form. Now, here's what I'll say, because this is Future Endeavor 2025, where we're going to really step into this as we close out 2024. We are, near the end of the year, we'll be planning how we want to do this, because we are a business. This is what I want to make very clear. We are a business. There's no such thing as something for nothing. So we have to work out the best way to do this for everybody, right? So that everybody can eat. And so we're still working that out. But we would love to, if people are interested, to fill out the form. I read a lot, so I may have read some of these books. I mean, I read a lot. So, and I already have in my mind certain books already that I may reach out to an author, because it can go both ways. Because I read so much and so much indie, I may reach out and be like, so, hey, we're interested in this. Thank you, Timeless. Sorry. But we may reach out to authors to say, would you be interested in this? So it's kind of, two-way street. But that's how they would do it.
Yeah.
Don't bombard our DMs. Go fill out the form on the website.
And the we're doing this too in 2025, because just as much as the creativity is important to us, we also want to make sure that we do everything in a spirit of excellence. So we want to make sure that we have the platform, the resources, and everything to be able to make sure that what we're putting out there is, just like I said, is excellent to us, to the viewer. We don't want to put something out there just to put something out there, because that's not how we operate. Because everything is.
We are not Tubi. And let me not be a jerk, because it's just a platform, right? It's you have to produce your stuff.
Be serious, girl.
You just have to put your stuff on there.
Right.
So don't listen to me.
Wow.
We want to make sure that we give you our best. That's all.
Yes.
That's all.
So you're also, I was wondering, because Gunnshy, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You did Rowdy's trailer for her book, and that shit looked epic. So can we expect more, or are you doing that for other authors, or what is it? What's going on?
You can expect more. You can expect more from Rowdy, actually, too. I sent her for that gorgeous Vanessa's Choice cover. I sent her that trailer last night.
Yes, by the way, I just watched it, girl. That it is fire. And by the way, y'all, so as she's been doing these book trailers for me, so I'm like her guinea pig and all that, and she's perfecting. We had a lovely chat, and this is what you do with business partners, with feedback. And I told her, okay, I think that when she does come out with it, 2 versions. You need the regular portrait version that you can do for like a IG or FB or whatever, or YouTube or whatever. But I said, take that too and make it portrait for TikTok. So she sent me the regular square version, and I was like, okay, yeah, I like it. Then I watched it in the TikTok format, and I'm just like, this is so much better. This is fire. I cannot wait to post it. So I haven't even given her that feedback yet, y'all. So Sherry, you're hearing it from me right now. I love it. To me, and maybe I'm biased, but I think it looks so good. And I think that hopefully she was gonna, because I can't make this decision for her, because this is her skill set. But hopefully she'll make that part of her package that she offers. It's so good.
Well, thank you. And so I forgot.
I wish I could premiere it on here, but I don't know how to do it.
Wait, what was the whole question? I forgot the question, Storm. What was the question?
Book trailers. Are you going to do them?
Yes.
Are you offering them?
Yes, I'm definitely going to be offering those.
And when?
Ma'am.
Look, pressure. No pressure from me. 2025, right?
I am. Yeah, I will probably right after the Boozy Book Tour in Houston. After that, then we'll probably put it out there, like the official announcement right after that I'll be.
Nah, girl, we're going to be in planning, you
But I
guys.
have
We
a
don't have
question.
it.
I have a
I just put
question.
her on the spot. We don't have a
I have
date.
a
We're
question.
more strategic. We plan.
I have a question. Are you going to be in Tulsa?
Yeah.
It would be great if you like did something in Tulsa dealing with your trailers.
Okay.
Well, we're going to do that in Houston too. So she will, because we're having part of my author
I
table
mean,
is
a
for
Rowdy
trailers.
Gunnshy table.
We did talk about that, but we hadn't talked about it for Tulsa. But we can talk about that.
I'm
Sharonda
just
will
throwing it
talk
out
about
there. I'm
that.
just throwing it out there, you know. Just
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We're not
because I
committing to
mean,
nothing
with
on this
about
live.
60 authors there, I know they would love to have trailers, especially those type of trailers.
They would, because they're good.
Well, thank you. I certainly appreciate the love and everything. It's definitely in the plans. Just gotta do all that. I like the TikTok thing. Y'all know I'm new to TikTok, really, right? So I had to learn that. Again, it's a whole excellence thing. So I just wanted to make sure that when we really do roll it out, if someone's like, I need this version, I need the 16:9 version, I need this, I need 4D, I need blah blah blah, that I'm able to go ahead and really do that. And it's also, I would say, it's a time commitment. Editing, no matter what the platform, it's a time commitment because you have to make sure, like, just everything, the transitions and all that, and me, like, I want everybody to be happy with their product. So I do, and I appreciate Miss Rowdy here for letting me be her, try out on her. And
oh, girl, I'm the perfect one for one. Like, you're helping me, reciprocity, because you creating those for
Her
me
favorite word.
and me putting them out there, and then me helping you hone your skill set. Oh, come on. But you guys, one thing I know she's not going to say, as creatives, we are sensitive about our ish. When she talks about, she's saying it, if you're in the film industry, you're going to kind of get what she's saying. When she's saying the time that it takes for her to edit, create those cuts, those transitions, what she means is she puts it together deliberately and purposefully. And I know with social media, we like to remix and you don't know what that does to a filmmaker, like, these are considered sizzle reels, because the way that you edit it together, sometimes you cut out imperfection. So when people take your stuff and they remix it, not understanding that, now you see all the flaws. And if you've created that, you're like, why did they do that? That's one thing that trying to translate that over from film into this world and have people understand that, I think it's going to be interesting for her, because they will do that. And you're going to be like, now it's showing that it's not supposed to show. And then also with trailers, one thing I think we're going to have to do as Rowdy Gunnshy is, I don't want to say educate, but educate people on what is the purpose of a trailer and why does she create them the way she creates them. If you notice in the trailers that she creates for me, there's no music with lyrics. It's instrumentals. And that's purposeful because it's supposed to keep your mind focused on the words on the screen as opposed to listening to the song. So there's, like, we're going to go live because, we need to, and talk more about the film stuff and relate it to the author or the book stuff that we're going to do, and like her trailers, and where she'll talk more about what goes into that and why she makes the decisions that she makes. But when she says, oh, the editing, you guys, takes forever, that's what she means. She's like, I'm sensitive about my ish. And if I edited it a certain way, I wanted it that way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what was, and I'm go back to you, Rowdy, as a director, how does one become very proficient in becoming a director, and what does someone have to do to become a director?
Well, I did not go to school for this. I went to school for business. But always be learning is a motto of mine. And so when we sort of stumbled, Sharonda always is like, we like Elle Woods our way into filmmaking, which we kind of did. So it was born from us screenwriting, right? And then being on set. I wanted to learn everything. And then when we got that project stolen, I was like, we're going to make our own and we're going to do it. I'm going to learn directing. So again, I learned from directors on set. I'm a sponge. I'm listening. There's a place called No Film School Online. I went there. We have a great cinematographer, Andre, who he's a great cinematographer. He's great at lighting. I bugged him and I wanted to learn everything from him. I wanted to learn how he uses his cameras, everything, lighting. And then I went and took free courses to learn the different camera angles, camera shots. Because when you're a director, I don't know if people understand this, but it's your vision. You take what's on the page. And so you have to understand angles. You have to understand what panning is, what an over the shoulder shot is, so like in Third Coast, if you look at the character of like Johnson Johnson when he's talking to the guys, you might notice a huge height difference. That's camera angles. Those fellows are about the same height, but it was important to me to show that he was kind of diminished looking up at them. So I wanted that height difference. I learned that because I had to go learn the camera angles. And it's important because when you work with a cinematographer, you guys collaborate. Like the director and the cinematographer are like this. You work together to get the shots. And if you're there telling them, I want a panning shot, and they set up to do a panning and they do it and it's not a panning shot, that's not what you really want. Now you're at odds. So you have to learn everything, right? But you also have to stick to your vision and be confident in your vision and understand that when you put together a team, you let them be experts in what they're good at, right? And you collaborate. For me as a director, I am not a dictator on set. Directors, a lot of sets are like, you're the boss. You are, but I'm very collaborative and building relationships with cast, crew, actors, that's really important. But so if you want to get into directing, you have to learn if you want to be a good director and you want people to like working with you, you have to learn how to be respectful, be the boss, but be collaborative and learn and never stop learning and be willing to take feedback from people who know more than you and always be in rooms where you are not the smartest person. You have to be in rooms where people know more than you so you can learn and grow. That's my advice.
That's great advice. What about you, Gunnshy?
What's the question?
Lord Jesus.
Mine was about being a director, advice to be a director. I don't know what yours is.
How is it with you being an actress and come into that as an actress for the first time and being Black, being a female and going onto a set and being an actress? How is it for you to really hone in on your skills, and what do you think it takes for someone to be good at it?
Listen, I will say this. I'm not an actress.
She was on that set, though.
I was on that set, but I will say, I want to put that, like, if I have to do it again, I will, right?
Right.
But I say that because no matter what set we're on, whether we're doing a comedy, we're doing a romance, whatever, a thriller, Tracy is going to be directing because that is her role.
Right.
So she is going to be that person. She's going to have her snapback on, probably, her long hair, don't care, and she's going to be in director mode. So she is our director, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I just want I'm not our actress.
You give me your title, your official title. I never want to disrespect you into the title. What's your official title?
I just don't want nobody to be expecting me to do no more acting. Leave me, man.
Why not? You did good why?
Unless we do
it. Cracking the hell up.
Unless we bring Courtney back. We gonna see about that. But I still got them, girl. I don't know if I can fit them pants. But
we'll get you some new ones. Don't worry.
I know, right? So as far as RowdyGunnshy, my role is it's basically everything really but directing. So
you partner and COO, girl, and I'm CEO.
Yeah, but as far as producing, I'm helping to write the scripts. Tracy does the long form editing, I do the short form editing. Anything as far as like which I cannot wait to do some more because I haven't in a long time. But creating like the posters, doing like the business side as far as like reaching out to like the film festivals and everything. I usually lead that. So that is it's really the business stuff, the creative stuff, but the directing, that's all this girl here. I don't want it. And I can also be her, sometimes I'm her assistant director. So there are times where
no, you are. Anytime we have a production, because when she's not Courtney, she's always my AD, my assistant director, because she knows my vision. Like, she very much is a part of the pre-production process. We're a team. So in pre-production, even if I'm the director and I lead, she's very much a part of all that. We have to scout for locations. We do that together.
Yeah.
Well, I do the shot list and all that, but she helps with finding music. Like when we do castings, we do real life castings and we do those together, so it's very much a partnership in that. But operationally, I think she's more, right. She's like the COO and I'm the CEO, really. But
and on set too, I would say this, I'm the meaner one, right? So I am. So Rock, I'm like Rowdy.
Well, it's hard for me. You got to push me pretty hard for me to be mean.
Yeah, but, she's there. She's building a relationship. She's doing everything right because, like she said, as a director, she has to make sure that harmony is in place or everything doesn't work. Right. Me, I'm like, okay, listen, y'all getting a little too carried away. Basically, let's get it together. We wrap this up. We've been here 10 hours, even longer than that sometimes. So I think I'm able to, I guess, step in and be the bad parent, which I don't. Right. But I'll say that piece too, because I don't want her to have to step out of her character and her role. So I'll take that on.
Can I ask a question? Do y'all ever think that y'all will work with narrators to do voiceovers for certain things?
Absolutely.
Like for trailers and stuff like that? Because, I feel like, narrators in a way are actors.
They are. And Storm, I'm glad you said that, because Extraction, the podcast that we won the competition
That's what I was about to say. Yep.
You use voiceover actors for that. So when we are ready to bring Extraction to life, we will have to use voiceover actors.
And when we presented it in the competition, we actually had some amazingly talented individuals
from Houston
who acted out that script as we narrated and pitched it in front of the Austin Film Festival.
And we won.
We won. And even with the book trailers, that's part of the thing. So me and Rowdy were talking about that. Maybe. So for some of her upcoming trailers, we want to do like the voiceover. And I even want to get more cinematic with some where it really is like the movie trailer. So it's like, you see the action or whatever, you see the scene. So I want to be able to create that for the trailer. So it looks like when it's coming out, like, oh, this is the book. This not a movie or a TV show. This is a book. Let me go get that. Right.
Right.
So I want to create things that makes people say that. But it's also, so that's those two worlds, because then we're looking at casting. We are very particular about casting. So somebody on this would be like, that person does not look at all.
Ma'am.
Like, what? So,
she like, stop.
But we're very particular about casting. So it'd be, and these characters and these indie books be, man.
That, as far as casting is concerned, that is a concern of mine, because when I read these books, listen, Francisco Fax Wellington in my head is who he is, and that's who I'm casting. And the girlies might be mad at me, but I'm like, he is my book boyfriend.
Wait a goddamn minute, Rowdy. I told y'all about claiming my man.
I guess we boxing.
My
man. But no, so like in my head, I know how he looks. And that's what I'm going to be looking to cast. And I'm like, these girlies that's how Fax looks. And I'm the director. And in my head, that's how he looks. Yes, yes, pretty much, yes. But even with a character like Henny in my head, I have a vision of how he looks.
Devontae Rhodes.
Not that, but close, but close. He definitely dark chocolate, everything goodness.
Or
But
Kofi.
these are things that, like, as filmmakers, right, and indie filmmakers, you have to think about indie filmmakers. You're not going to get like A+ actors, but there are some amazingly talented
Yeah.
actors out there and good looking. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
casting, she's right. And for me, I know right away what I'm looking
Right.
for the part. And it doesn't matter. Someone could be really, really good, but if you're not what I'm looking for, it
Right.
has nothing to do with color either, because my characters are my characters, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes, like, I also, though, if an actor comes in and they nail it so much, it can change my mind and be like, nope, we got to have her. Because didn't that happen with LF, Love, Sex, and all that other stuff?
It did with Taylor.
With Taylor, I had an idea for a part for a character because I wanted it to be an all POC cast, Black and POC, but she's a white actress,
White, blonde
phenomenal,
hair, blue eye.
white, the opposite of what I wanted, but she nailed the part, and I'm like, nah, we gotta give it to her.
Yeah.
And so when we wrote the rest of the episodes, it was with her new look in mind, but I'm very much, and that translates, not to talk about my writing author, but I think that's why I'm a character writer, because when I have a character, once I pick the script up and I'm like, okay, I see this character, I know exactly what they look like. That's what we're going for. And her and I, when we cast, I don't think we've ever really fought over the casting, right?
We laughed. Remember? We never fought, but we have laughed.
Yeah.
No, I think we're pretty much in agreement. And then, but too, sometimes, like, right, you're not going to find like the perfect, 6'3" something character or whatever. But that's when those camera angles come in handy. So, oh God, what's the one guy that was in that basketball show that we met? And he was
forgot his
like
name.
huge.
He's super short,
He's so short.
I thought he was really tall. Camera angles.
Yeah, I'm short. And he was not very tall, but
I should know his name because I embarrassed myself. Yeah, when we were waiting to be interviewed, we were at ABFF, and we were waiting to be interviewed by the TV1 folks. And you wait outside. You can't go in the room because they're filming. And I used to watch the show. I can't believe I can't remember the name of it, but we didn't know who was in there. But they were going over their time, kind of into our time a little bit. And so when they came out, when I saw him, guess what I did? I was like, oh, it's you. I like pointed in this man's face. And was like, it's you. And he goes, it's me. He was so gracious about it. Thank God, because the next day he was part of the actors that read our script. But I was like, it was
you know what? It was a good time too. It was a good time.
Like, it's you. Yeah.
But
so what's the goal? What's the goal for you guys? What is the move? What is the goal? Is it more film festivals, taking books to the film festival? Is it you all eventually own your own studio? Is it I think big when it comes to Black people. Is it y'all building your own TV station as far as streaming service for indie authors? Because some indie streaming services are garbage fashion flicks. But
I'm gonna say yes. Look, yes to all, because I think the ultimate goal, I will say this, the ultimate goal is to be happy, to make money while we're being happy, and to do stuff we love, right? What that is going to look like, it may look completely different. It may be us having that, like, that studio here in Houston where we're like filming stuff on set. It may be where we have our own RowdyGunnshy Productions channel where we're doing that. But whatever it is, we want to make sure that we're happy, that we're having fun, and that we're making money.
And I have to add, and that we're helping people, because that's important to me. Helping in indie everybody, because when we film, so if we go into the book realm and we bring these books to life in the format that we see fit, we're helping indie authors spread the word, right? But because we are able to create this short or film or whatever with this indie author's book, we are now employing independent cast and crew. So we are helping in all realms of indie. Like we can get, like the whole idea that we can be sort of a catalyst to pull everybody up and help everybody while they're also helping us get exposure. It's so important to me.
Absolutely.
Because when you know, karma, man. So, and there's, you know, room for all of us, and especially in black spaces where we're at. We just need to pull each other forward. So let's all work together and help each other out. Like that piece is super important to me.
Yeah.
Like y'all don't understand. Like,
and I will say in the short term, next plans. Am I allowed to say this?
What are you gonna say?
What I already said before. Next steps.
Well, say it, and then I'll be like, no.
So the next thing, what's definitely on the agenda is we're going to take Rowdy's novel.
Oh no! Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yep.
Okay, time out. Okay. You can say it. Don't say which novel, but that's fine.
So we are going to take Rowdy's novel.
I'm stressed out now, y'all.
One of Rowdy's novels. And we are going to...
We're going to guinea pig it.
We're going to guinea pig it. We're going to make that into... we're going to film it.
Which one?
That's I said don't tell.
You told me I can't tell.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm going to text you until you tell me.
No, but look, the reason we want to do it this way is because, like Sharonda says, excellence. And there's no better way to guinea pig it out with I like to call it, than on our own stuff. So I have a couple of novels under my belt. We're going to guinea pig my stuff to see what works, to see what resonates with people. And I'd like to do this with the community if we could, to help us. You know, what does resonate with the Black Booktalk community, period. But we can't target everybody. And my book targets Black readers, PO readers of color. But because you guys can look at the different, because we have our ideas about different ways to do it. And so maybe we'll present it in a couple different ways and you guys can help. And I say, don't say which book, because we kind of decided, but now I was thinking something else. And I'm like, I wonder, should we just ask people, what do they think?
What if you ask people, they're going to say what we said.
Love Storm. Or
I have an idea. Or you can have the Boozy Book Baddies get you a focus group.
Okay, let's do that then.
That is diverse, not just, because a lot of people have their faves, so they can't be biased. So a focus group that is very diverse on genres, what they're looking for is plot, so not however, but they're diverse in it. Yeah. Of course, y'all will have to sign a contract, so y'all can't leak shit.
Yes.
But just a diverse group of women and men who can literally just look at it and tell you X, Y, and Z, and they would tell you, tell you guys and give y'all the input that you're looking for. The questions, whether y'all do it via Zoom or whatever, y'all do.
And see, that's why community. That's a great idea, Storm. I love that.
I have a great mentor.
No, I love that though. What do you? I mean.
Yeah, no, I like
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sharonda she be like, look, y'all, if y'all want to know the tea, she can't hold water, so she gonna tell. So she gonna tell. That's why we got to keep her away, because she be telling. No, but yeah, we're starting with mine. We don't know which one, but yeah.
We're starting with hers. I'm excited about it. Already like visualizing like scenes and things like that.
So you guys have to understand. So the reason we say 2025 too, right? There is a process to this shit. So I have to take whichever book we choose, and I have to convert that to a script. And when you go from book to script, if you ever read a book and you watch it on screen, you're like, yeah, it's not like the book, because sometimes things in books don't translate well to screen. It just doesn't. We want it, but it just doesn't.
Yeah.
So we have to be okay with that, regardless, that some things just don't translate well. And so it might be slightly different. But what the good thing about being indie, though, we can try different things. And we can keep it as close to the book as possible. That's my goal, is to try and keep it as close as possible. But there's a process. So like literally we have to decide. Then I have to go in and convert it to a script. Then we have to go into pre-production, which is, cast, crew, locations, wardrobe, hair, makeup, securing all of that. And then funding. And really it's, before all of that, we meet and talk about, okay, how are we going to fund this? Because we don't do this for free. There's a cost to this, and then we have to pay the cast and crew. And a lot of actors will do it pro bono to have it on their resume, but we still have to feed them and pay for transportation. But the crew, we have to pay. Cinematographers, audio, lighting, because if you want to get good quality, you got to pay for that, right?
Yeah.
So there's levels and processes to this, and we might have to crowdfund. So like things like that, and that's a part of community, where community can help. If you want to see a book brought to life, you can be a part of the process and help crowdsource by donating. Like there's different things that go into this that we have to work out. But
you see what Octa Nasty says? She said you got her thinking about Brothers Unholy.
Girl, yes, and I'm mad at that other place is on, because they took it out of my my list when everything happened. But I'm going to go to your website and get it now. But yes, because I haven't read it yet. I say that because everybody keeps telling me it should be it, and I'm like, they took it out of my list. I got to go get it because I heard it's really good, and I need to. They heard, because I was like, where is it? It's gone. So
because it's historical. It's like a historical paranormal romance. Something like that, but more historical paranormal. It's good.
Listen, we like historical paranormal.
It's good with vampires and everything else, and they're all black.
We'll have to tell you about the story that we wrote, and I'm going to say it the American way, and Tracy's going to. She's going to correct me. Yes,
that's the right pronunciation.
So we call it. You're going to mess me up now with that.
Placage.
We call it placage. And it is historical. It's supernatural. It's amazing.
It's based in antebellum, Louisiana. It's because I love this stuff. So that's why I'm like, it's historical, based in antebellum, Louisiana. It's about the Derussos, a family of women. And it's about left-handed marriages, which they called placage, but it's where you had, have you heard of the gens de couleur libre, the free people of color in Louisiana? They were like mulattoes. It's around, because I am obsessed with that era. Mm-hmm. And we created a whole script around that. And this Derusso family of women who, for generation of girls, have been placed in these left-handed marriages with these wealthy white men, where they would set up their house and home and send their kids off to Paris to be educated. So the Derusso family, though, when you meet them at a time when they're youngest, the way it happens, they get to go to the quadroon balls after their first blood, when they become a woman. Yeah. So that's when they take them to the ball. Well, in this family, she says supernatural because there's voodoo in it. One of the daughters she has learned or joined forces with, voodoo priestess, and they're like, that practice it's unnatural. So there's a really great voodoo element to it. Mm-hmm. But
some amazingly written scenes. It's a series. We wrote it as a series, and the pilot, like, people read it and they're like,
they can't figure. They're like, it's going to be too expensive to make.
That's the biggest thing.
Which historicals are the most expensive to make. Mm-hmm. Costuming alone.
Yeah, we've had several people, and actually the actual industry, who are like, they want that script, but they're afraid of the cost.
So what about in the book community? I know y'all said the community helps. You have a lot of costume designers that are in the book community.
Oh, cool.
I'm just putting out there for those that are in the comments.
I'm like, okay, I'm reading them.
Seriously, because when we're here in Houston, but we need wardrobe. We hire like wardrobe, hair, makeup.
I'm looking in the comments because I know a lot of people that are like in the boozy book community. They have talents and they don't put it out there. They leave it for the group chat. So I'm putting you out there.
Now we film locally. We film in Houston, so we don't travel to film unless it's being paid for by somebody else. So if you're willing to come to Houston, like we don't say our crew and cast has to be from Houston. We work with folks out of Austin. I mean, that's still Texas, but if people want to come in and be a part of it, yeah. And it just depends on the financials. Like if we're able to get a really good, robust budget, we can do more. Because the one thing about indie, what we gonna do is make lemons out of oranges, because that's how good indie, especially in indie film, when you're really into it. Am I lying, Sharonda? Like you can make lemonade out of oranges, because we make so much out of nothing, because you learn to use what you have to make a scene work and to make it look good. Like we filmed a lot of that stuff. If you go to our website, in my house, like when you see any pictures you see, like we're setting up set design, that was in my house, my old house. I don't know if Sharonda was there. Some of those are in my office space, like where I used to work. Like I knew the owner was my boss, so he let us film. But like we were having to use, things that we already had. And that's the great thing about indie, though.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate too. Not even just making lemonade out of oranges, but I don't know, the universe seems to send us like just a fantastic group of people to work with. Like everyone has been so talented and so devoted, like honestly, from the actors to like the sound people to the cinematographers, like every single one.
PAs, don't forget, the PAs are a blessing. The script supervisor for a director, a good script supervisor.
They know the script better than you.
Because they know the script better than me. A good script supervisor will be like, oh no, this is they said this wrong, or this is this, and then continuity. So a good assistant director also, and you have to have a continuity person on set, and usually that's either the script advisor and the assistant director, but making sure that everything is set up the same way in every shot. Those are the little things. That's why I'm so adverse to some of the things I see, because as a filmmaker, you're like, you should not be having stuff like that go on. If you got an earring in this scene, you should have 2 earrings the entire scene. Why are your earrings missing now? Like it's that kind of stuff that you have to pay attention to. And I learned that being on set, like being in the process. But that's the kind of care, because we care about what our product looks like when it comes out. Like so much. It has to look good. It has to look right. We don't ever want to deliver a product that we are not proud of.
Right.
That's super important. We will never release something for clicks, for likes, or for controversy. Like we would know.
And diversity, that's very important to us. All of our crew has been very, very diverse. I mean, if it's an all-female set or a set that's just, people of color.
A female crew, right? We had an all-female crew for Third Coast, the one that you like, Storm. It was a female cinematographer, female director, female script advisor, female sound, everything, female lead, sound, audio,
Very important.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's very important to us too. Excellence and diversity, for sure. If someone was to ask us like the 2 most important things, so
you can't ask me 2. You got to ask me 3, because excellent diversity and giving back, helping people.
Yes,
can never leave that out.
Yeah,
we gotta put that back in the universe, because I feel like social media has allowed us to lose a lot of that. And we help people. We help each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how do you think the translation of you wanted to give back, the creativity and ingenuity, how do you think that's going to translate over into social media? Yes, it has lost a lot. People lost a lot of creativity because they like to steal. They like to copy. And I say this all the time. They ain't got, some people just don't have enough brain cells in their fucking brain to fucking make their own creativity, so they got to copy somebody else. So, how would you combat that?
Ooh, combat
Girl,
somebody trying to copy us?
Yes.
oh Lord, you asking the right one. When she says she's the bulldog, I'm gonna let her answer this.
Listen, I'm not gonna put on social media. You put it this way: if someone tried to steal something or whatever, copying it's harder than creative world. Like you have like 10 million versions of the same love story out there, right?
Right.
So you can't say that. But when it's like blatant copying, blatant disrespect, you ain't gonna hear me on social media, but you're gonna hear from my attorney.
We will put them papers in your life.
Yeah,
listen,
you will hear you will hear directly from my attorney. And
we learned early, Storm. When I tell you that burned us, you listen. We're not going to be on social media arguing with people. For one, we're going to go the right routes. We trademark, we copyright, we do all the things, paperwork necessary to cover ourselves, and then we're going to put them lawyers in your life. We're not going to be on social media arguing and fighting with people about nothing. And we don't do anything without an agreement or a contract. And if you don't understand and get yourself a lawyer to read the contract and understand what you're entering to, that's your fault. Because it was our fault that we didn't even have a contract.
Right.
Well, we went out and educated ourselves and know what we know. And I behoove everybody to do that. And if you have a business, we are an LLC. We pay taxes. Like we make sure we are covered.
Yeah. And know your non-negotiables. So there are certain things, right, when you're doing the contracts, when you're doing the business that, okay, this is a plus, right? But there are certain things that are your non-negotiables. Do not let people make you bend on that. There are certain things like our work, whatever we put out there, we own that. That is a non-negotiable. Whether we are like that footage and stuff, that is ours. But can we do this to help like monetize it, do whatever? And if it's under us, it's ours. So that's one of the things. Like we're not going to, because of what happened, we're not going to ever let somebody else own a footage for one of our productions that's written by RowdyGunnshy.
Yeah, but it's deeper than that, and it's probably too long of a conversation because there are different types of agreements you can enter into because it depends. So as you think about the book world and you think about, I would think about any authors who are interested in working with us on this, go understand the different types of contracts.
Right.
That's the important thing. So there's a contract called a work for hire. If you do a work for hire, you don't own it. So, but in that case, there's a way that maybe we would do that, but you would have to pay a lot of money. You would have to pay for that production. So it really ties back to either time and money. Because if we are paying for it, we are writing it, producing it, and all that, it belongs to us. And you will get either you negotiate a percentage on the back end or you negotiate a flat fee up front. You guys have to really educate yourselves from an author perspective if you're considering this, and not even just with us, with anybody. She's right. Don't let anybody rope you into something that you don't understand. Because if we do an agreement and we're paying for everything, what she says is because we're paying for everything and we're doing everything, we own this. And we'll have to negotiate what you will be paid from this. We own this footage, meaning you can't do anything with this footage without our permission. But on the other hand, if you come to us and say, no, I want you to do this project. We tell you this is what the budget would be for a project like this. And you come and say, I got you. I'm covering the whole budget. That's a different type of contract.
Right.
So you know, it's very nuanced. So this is me on my business grind, right? You have to make sure if you don't understand it, you get you with the lawyer. And I'm not talking about a TikTok lawyer. I'm talking about get you someone in real life to read it over to make sure you understand what's going on. Because we do. And we like she said, we know our limits. We know what we will and won't do. And we understand our contract and our rights within it. So
it's about intellectual property, just so you know. That's what you want to look into.
Yes. You guys, it's so important. It's so important. And we don't play around with that.
Yeah.
But she is more of the bulldog about that. She's going to put them lawyers in your life quick, probably before I can even hang up the phone. So that's how, she's going to do it. So you know, and I'm always like, that goes for everybody. Y'all protect your business. Protect your business.
Don't be afraid to ask questions, even if it's us, because I like for you to ask questions because it means you're invested. If you're invested in something, you're going to ask questions. So ask questions, and if someone like gets frustrated with you with asking questions, run.
Get out of there.
Because I call Rowdy often asking questions. Often. have no shame. So
well, I am happy to help.
And I thank you very much. So I also want to say this, and this is coming from myself before I even say anything about the Boozy Book Tour. I appreciate that you guys take people under your wings to help guide them, because I was a lost soul. I was like, what the fuck? It was a lot. But I appreciate that, because if you guys don't know, RowdyGunnshy is actually one of the sponsors for Boozy Book Tour in Houston. They're providing security, so you feel protected. And if you get too drunk, you got to get the fuck out. And then they're also providing the 360 booth. So, when you look at the Emmy Awards and stuff like that, and the camera going around like this, that will be there in Houston. They're providing that. And they took a chance on us, in which they don't have to, but they believe in us. And I just want to say thank you from all of us that you guys believed in us, because this is a fucking marathon, not a race, y'all. And bruh, there's a lot of shit behind the scenes. So I just want to say thank you guys. And also I just want to say y'all are inspiring, because you are two Black women out here grinding in a world where, one, they don't see Black women as shit. Two, in the film industry where they don't see Black women as shit. And three, and you're just Black and they don't see Black people as shit. So therefore I commend y'all. And I look forward to seeing y'all do those movie trailers, because if y'all have not looked on Rowdy's fucking page, please. That trailer is fucking slamming. And some of you authors, y'all got some good ass books that need trailers. That is not getting the attention that it should be getting, but y'all got some good ass books. It's not always about going traditional, because I know some 6-figure indie authors. I'm just saying.
And you guys too, like Trad Pub, like they be dipping and sneaking into indie business all the time, stealing from us. So I venture to say, once we pop off these trailers for all these indie authors, you're gonna start seeing the same type of thing from traditionally pub. So remember that. Like, I think indie sets the trend.
Yeah.
So y'all will just know when that happens, we were the trendsetters, and all of the authors who decided to go that route were the trendsetters.
Right.
I've seen some trash trailers. That's part of when we not like when it's in the traditional world. No, in the traditional.
Do you not see me in Storm's eyes? We have the same eyes. We were like,
well, in the traditional, because that's what when we started. That's why I started doing them, because we were like,
told you, Storm. I'm the nice.
Look, I'm drinking water, but we would be like, when we first started doing it, we was like, oh, we need trailers, right? Because filmmakers are hurt, and I was like, I don't like none of them. Like the sites where you can go and get them done and stuff. They had the templates where you can just drop stuff in, fill out the little form, and they do them. And honestly,
that's because we like a more cinematic.
I was like, these too basic for my girls' books. That was me.
Yeah. I would have. Yeah, they're way too basic, and I'm like, that's not going to entice me.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So that was quit making that face, Storm. Can't nobody see my face. So I'm just
drinking water but giving tea. Exactly, because I was like, girl, me and Storm, for real. At the same time, our eyes were like.
Well, I'm saying that because they probably will. They'll be like, oh, when they see like these other ones coming out, they'll be like, oh, because what's out there is that you don't know better until you see better, until you do better. So that's why I say that, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's true. That is true. I just feel like A lot, and I don't mean any offense to any author on here, any indie author. I just feel like y'all discount yourselves and your creativity, and I feel like people give y'all the bare minimum because they feel that you're indie, and they don't respect y'all creativity and craft, and that goes for readers too. Um, and with that, it's just like y'all have some these amazing books and y'all trailers, or you'll have someone do like a video trailer off of CapCut, and it looks crazy
I'm
because
glad
it
you
doesn't match
said
the
that.
characters.
Storm.
Mhm.
Okay, I have to say this. I'm glad you said that about CapCut and all that, because Sharonda and I were talking about this. Um, when we
I
make
ain't
these
talking about nothing.
films.
I ain't said nothing.
No,
No,
last night we was talking about
I'm just joking.
using real editing software.
Yeah.
The difference is, so like if I'm talking to someone about film, even in the indie space, and we talking about editing software, and you're not telling me you're using Sony Vega
Mhm.
or Final Cut Pro, if you're telling me you're using iMovie, great, but I'm gonna be like, no, you need to use real editing software, because
Mhm.
it has features that's gonna give you that cinematic feel that you're not gonna get filming. Like, you are not, all the magic happens in editing.
Mhm.
And using iMovie or CapCut and all that is not going to give you what real editing software gives you. So using real editing software for this stuff is kind of like a game changer. That's very important, but it goes to your point of giving the bare minimum. And that's why us doing this for indie authors, we never, because we're not two people who put anything out less than, we are definitely going to give you the best. And I agree with you, Storm. They do that even with book covers, with trailers, whatever. It's like they are like, oh, they're indie. Give them the bare minimum. No, put some respect on the indie name and give them what they deserve.
Yeah.
And that's what we aim to do.
And
And so,
I've seen some.
Wait, I gotta say one thing before you go. Before you go, while you're thinking about that.
Yeah, because I gotta find it.
Yeah. So I just want to go back and say, because of what happened, right? I know we don't trust everybody, so it is certainly a pleasure to partner with you all and to sponsor you all, because I did want to speak to that. And when Rowdy here, when she first started talking about you to me and bringing everything up, again, like
y'all don't know what I had to do to get this. No, I'm just kidding.
she didn't have she didn't have to do anything. Because I know that if she didn't believe wholeheartedly in what you all were doing, what was going on, and she didn't see the potential and what and what could be, she would have never even mentioned it to me. So then I went out and I started looking myself, and I was like, you know what, she right. So because of that, because first of all, I trust her. I trust her judgment 100%. We may not always agree on everything, but I trust where she's coming from with it, right? So because of that, because of how you all have influenced her and embraced her and have loved on her, um, it it makes me just more want to embrace and love on y'all. And I'm really happy to support y'all. So I just wanted to say that.
Oh, thank you. I'm not an emotional person, but I'm sure Shannon and the rest of them are somewhere crying. So, uh, uh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What was? Oh, I was gonna say. I hope that all the indie authors that are on here and all the indie readers that are on here, y'all have took away from this conversation and learned something, because it is not to discount people who do use CapCut. It's not to discount people that use iMovies, because sometimes that's what you got to do because you ain't got the funds to do anything bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to get it out there. There is an option. There's an option, because we always hear this is all we got, so that's what we got to work with. You have an option now. You have an option now. Now, if you see somebody else pop up magically after this and say, "Yeah, we're doing this," they copy. They lying. Then it's probably gonna be trash, and they probably try to steal your money. But you have an option now Whereas you can get in touch with 2 Black women, because we always talk about how Black people ain't got nothing for themselves. We got to go to this person. You have 2 Black women who own a production film company that is going to do book trailers and do it well, and looking into films for books that we all believe should be fucking in film. Now, when I say this, and I'm not going to hold your hand when I say this, I'm not talking about them motherfuckers that y'all keep putting on these goddamn apps talking about this is the best book of the year. No, bitches, that is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is actual authors who are grinding, who have indie books that are not on these lists. They are literally here promoting their books. Don't take by storm. I said what the fuck I said.
Thank you, Beauty. Get her.
My twin always trying to stop me. No.
Get her.
No.
Yo, help me.
This is my show. Yeah. No, but for real, it's too many indie authors for us to be focused on 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? It's so many of them that we haven't even touched the surface of their talent and
we
creativity.
gotta do Mo's messy book.
Oh my God, the Moverse, I might yeet myself because she be having me stressed.
But that would be perfect for what we want to do, Sharonda. Don't let me forget to tell you Mo Flame series. That made me so mad. But it would be great. It's a lot of mess and drama. Yeah, bye.
And you know,
never get any love from me.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, there's so many. Storm, you are right.
Because you have like Melanie Lynch is on here. She is, yes, Mo, I said it. Yeet. You have Melanie Lynch that's on here, and she literally is a paranormal author who has a wide range of paranormal, not just your typical vampire, your typical. She has orcs, she has everything, but she's a Black author.
Like a good orc story. Well, I'm gonna write this down. What'd you say?
Her name is Melanie Lynch.
Okay.
And she has a wide range, but people, people be like, oh, I don't know any Black paranormal authors. Damn, she be promoting her ass off. But they bypassed her because she's not the paranormal author. You know what I'm saying? In their books. So it's just so many of these people, and there's so many people in the community that do clothing design, hair, nails,
music would be great. Indie music, original music. Yeah. We need that.
Girl, there is so many of them that write music. Hell, what's his name? Raspberry, Strawberry, whatever the fuck that damn white boy name is that write the R&B shit that Shannon know. There's so many people in here that does so many different things. You have graphic designers. You have somebody who writes code that is an author, but he writes code for websites. You know what I'm saying? So
I love that.
There's a community for that. It's here.
That makes me excited. I'm just thinking about this now. We do have an amazing set / graphic designer who
she does my book covers.
Yeah, but she does it by hand. So she doesn't. She's Adobe Illustrator, so she's an artist. So she's an
artist. Yeah,
she draws like the covers and everything. She can do like all by hand.
She's a real graphic artist. She's not slapping together stock photos.
Yeah, so she builds like giant sets and everything, like amazing. So I can't wait to use her to help bring some of these books to life, because her work, she's more particular about her work than we are.
She's so good, y'all.
Yeah. And young Black girl.
So if someone in the indie world besides authors was interested in like offering their services for their CV or resume, y'all know what CV is, right?
Resume.
Resume. Not you. Damn.
Oh.
Of course you know. But well, a resume. Or just to have it out there with your business. How would they get in contact with you guys? Same way?
Yeah, they can send it on the website. They can do the inquiry, or they can also email us at
info.
Yeah, there.
Info at RowdyGunnshy Productions.com.
So that would mean that y'all have to follow them.
Yes. And our social media for Rowdy Gunshy is not as robust. I think that, well, we will start to put more stuff out there since we are going to really be doing this social media thing. Because candidly, we were not really heavy into the social media aspect of this, right, Sharonda? We were more feet on the ground,
We were
outside doing instead of social media. So we were at festivals. And we weren't really trying to make a social media name. We were trying to make a real name, you know, in the solid world, I guess, if you will. But
the world
with the
changed a lot since
pandemic and
COVID.
everything that happened, and this, you know, where we're at right now, we have to pivot. That's another thing about business. You have got to change. Blockbuster would have still been here if they had pivoted and did streaming, but they didn't. So we're not, because I'm a behind the scenes girl. I don't like to be in front. Well, I have to now pivot and figure out, how do I do that? And I found a community of people to help me, right? All of you all help me here. So you'll start to see us post more of our content. I hate calling it content, but more of the videos and things that we've done from our past life, because we haven't even started filming anything new yet. But we'll put out, you know, snippets and things of what we've done and on our Rowdy Gunshy page.
We had to send our blooper reel. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
What are you saying like that?
Man, because our blooper reels are crazy.
They are, yeah. If you think what you see, what makes it out there is crazy.
We have, listen, and you know, it would be great too, because when we do like really kick this off, even if we're doing, you know, we start with mine, like if people want to, like, if you're in Houston and you want to come on set, you want to help for the day, you want to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
We love that. Like, reach out, you know, because we're always looking for crew members, whether that's production assistants, grips. I don't want to use the technical terms, but let's just say helpers. There's different positions on set as far as the crew is concerned. And you get, like, a lot of time too, with indie, it's the bartering system. Yeah. So like I said, actors a lot of times will work with us for free, but we provide them meals and we may pay for their gas. Yeah, we feed them well and we may pay for their gas depending on what they need.
Yeah.
But it just depends on what it is and how we finance it.
Yeah.
But if you want to learn, we're always happy. I mean, you won't just be there to watch. You will be learning. So meaning you will have a job, whether that's even doing the clicker. I forgot what that's called, Sharonda, but the script supervisor usually does that. But
yeah.
Oh, I just pulled out mine the other day, Sharonda. It still had my name on it.
Aww.
My slate. So for each scene, you guys, you do a slate and the click thing, but it'll have like your director name, the cinematographer, the date and time. It's really cool.
Does your director chair say Rowdy or no, it's TD Rooks, right?
It's TD Rooks, because you know I direct under.
Yeah.
My director's name is TD Rooks. It's not Rowdy Rooksy. Okay, that's just my author name and my social media handle. But
don't be afraid to travel. We travel to New York. We travel to California to meet with people. Like one of my friends, he was on Snowfall and the LA basketball. What's it called? The Lakers. The one on HBO. He's like on there. He's short too, y'all. He's short. He played a basketball player. That boy like 5'8".
It's camera angles, but I thought you were going to talk about Lauren because
Lauren, yeah.
Storm, when you were asking me about what do people need to do to become a director or to become a filmmaker, resources, people that you know. So and the contacts and the different connects. So Sharonda has a friend to connect that is a Emmy. I'm getting it right this time. An Emmy award-winning editor for CBS in the Morning. When we decided we wanted to do this,
8-time Emmy award winning.
Yes. So when I have a picture of myself with her Emmy. Maybe I'll post it. But when we decided to do this, and I was going to have to edit, I was learning how to edit. She called up Lauren and was like, "Hey, we're going to come out there and could you show Tracy some editing?" I learned some major editing skills that I utilize to this day from an Emmy award-winning editor for CBS in the Morning. And it's all about connections and community. Y'all, when I say this, I mean this. That's why it it pays to be kind to people because people remember that and they will help you when you need help. And we flew out to to New York. We went and we got extras, right, Sharonda? She took us on a tour of the studio. We
sat
got
at
pictures
Gail's
of us.
desk, Oprah's homegirl. We was
We
up there.
sat at Gail's desk. We sat at the news desk. But then she took me back and taught me editing.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned editing, y'all.
You know,
So
I
make sure, really quick, Sharonda, make sure, I need them to take this nugget and make these connections with people and be kind. Don't be out here fighting and trying to be a mean girl. My mom always said you get more. Can I say that on here?
Y'all didn't say everything else.
Oh, okay. Well,
as much as I cuss, come on.
Well, let's just say if you're sweeter to people, they remember that. They want to work with people who are kind. And so those connections, that's how we learn things. So sorry, I just had to say that because I had got it wrong last time. Yeah, she's a multi-Emmy winning editor, and I learned from her, and I was very humbled to do so. And she's a sweet lady.
So sweet. But I want to say that too. I would say this because people feel, whether something is authentic, right? So like one of the things with Lauren is I didn't know what she did when we met. Lauren and I met at a different fan event. I meet the best people at fan events. I met Rowdy at the Scandal fan event. I met Lauren at As the World Turns fan event.
We some fandom people over here.
The soap opera? Huh? The soap opera?
Yes. So we went to go see, we're both carjackers. We love Carly and Jack. So we went to go there to meet Jack and Carly, Maura West and Michael Park. And that's where we met. We didn't know what world the other one came from. Connected and, stayed in touch and was like, oh my God. So I got some As the World Turn fans in here. Yes. Actually, me and Carly are the actress who plays Carly, Maura West, we're like friends now, like all the time. She follows me and comments on my stuff. And I'm having
Y'all
dinner.
gotta listen to what she's saying. Y'all have to get out there and travel.
Yes.
And meet people and be weird about it. Fandoms are weird, but you know how many connections we made? We got to see a scene in Scandal being filmed because we're in fandoms.
Yes. And with Carrie, I like the scene with Carrie Washington, and she's a goofball, but she
waved at us and everything. I mean,
yeah.
No, I'll do it for you. We were like, and she was like, hey, y'all. And they were like, y'all can stay if y'all just stay over here and be quiet.
Yes. So
we stalked them and we were like,
yeah. So be authentic, take chances. Don't be afraid to travel. Because it makes a difference, travel and then take it back because that's
be nice to people. You guys,
nice.
It is so easy to be kind and to lift people up. It takes more energy to be mean. Think about how you get out of breath when you're angry, but when you're kind, you're just relaxed. It's so easy to be nice to people.
I thought about somebody, they trying to leave and they leave your car on the door because they all angry. You right. You're right. Anger does take a lot of energy. So
I choose happiness and kindness. Storm, you gonna choose? We working on you, girl. We working on you.
I am here minding my black business. What?
I'm all in your black business. We working on you.
I ain't even did nothing today.
Oh my gosh! So I have to go in preparation for this book trailer, movie, and everything. So I need to go read Mo's books, right?
Yeah.
Nasties.
Okay, y'all give me my list. All right, I'm gonna do it because I don't like working during the day.
You already read Product of the Streets, so you know. And you read Demon's Dream too. Mm-hmm.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Because I like it. I like doing everything during my day job but working. So I'll be reading these books when I'm supposed to be working.
Oh, but you know what? Another book that I like, Sharonda, too, Stroke of Luck. That book to me does not get the love that it needs. It's a really good story. And I think she's Phoenix Collins. I think she's a great writer.
I keep hearing about her.
And I think, and I always see her posts, and I'm always gonna like, if she don't have a like, it's because I'm not around, or I don't see the post, because she does. I love that she pushes her book. She will post her stuff regardless, and it's a really good story, y'all. And for us and what we do, Sharonda, something like that would be fun for us to bring to life, because her lead character, Lucky, is a stripper. And
Girl, you know how I feel about
it's
stripper stuff, but I'm gonna trust you.
Wait a minute.
No,
I
but the
think she
story-
signed up for the Boozy Book Tour.
I hope so, but it's a good story. No, it only takes place in the strip club for a little bit, and then it kind of moves out of it, because it's like a billionaire type. But it's a good story. But something like that would be easy for us to bring to life, Sharonda, because location-wise, it's not too crazy. It's not a lot of characters, and we could short that really good. So something, but like authors like her that I'm like, she needs way more love, way more traction, and doing a book trailer or even bringing some of her stuff to life in shorts would help push it, because I think visually, if you see it, you're gonna want to read the book. But yeah, it's called Stroke of Luck. I was an ARC reader for her. Because I kept seeing it come across, and I thought I'd never read anything that she wrote, and then I was like, I'll do it, and it was so good, and it was so well written. She's a really good writer.
I do get most of my book recommendations from Rowdy. She'll be like, you have to read this. The thing is, she reads so quick. Like, I get through a lot of stuff quick, but literally, I'm like, okay, I just finished. She's like, girl, I'm on a different book now.
Ma'am, there are too many books out here, and I know I'm an author, but these authors, indie authors, are dropping books like they're just dropping them. So I have to hurry up and read, because I can't keep up. Am I right, or am I right, Storm?
I'm serious, because I'm a speed reader, and I'll be flying through them motherfuckers, and next thing I turn around, I gotta take a break because I need time to catch up. And when I say I read fast as fuck. And so when I have to catch up, it's because they back. And it's like, damn, you just dropped book one.
They be dropping them, yeah. So you gotta read. I'll be like, no, I gotta read. I'm always like, oh, read this. I'm like, I just read this book. I'm always telling her, which is good, because if I'm really enthusiastic about it, chances are when we get this going, we might be reaching out to people like, so would you like to work with us? Would you like to form an alliance with us? That'll be us.
Yes, and I love paranormal, so please, I love anything paranormal. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes. Say less. Yes. That's my bread and butter. I love paranormal romance. Is like over every other genre with me is paranormal.
Especially when it's done right. Ooh.
Yes. Y'all should have heard us last night. We was up to 3 o'clock in the morning last night, and we were talking about paranormal. We was talking about the differences in paranormal. I love paranormal. I just don't think it get enough love.
Yeah, please send me. I have not. There's been people who've been interested in me, and they be like, I'm not into all that. I'm like, this ain't gonna work, because I love paranormal stuff like that much. Yeah. So yeah, send me some stuff.
I got you because ooh, you got me thinking. Okay. Where did Rowdy go?
It's the rapture. She disappeared. I don't know.
Because I gotta wrap it up because we got Content Sunday coming up. I'm trying. What? Okay. And when she come back and she gone, just let her know it's because I had to get to Content Sunday. But I want to say thank you and for both of y'all coming on and speaking with me. And I want to be able to just get. There she go.
I heard you. Sorry.
I want to be able to give you guys whatever platform I can to help you in regards of anything. And we as a book community appreciate you, because who's going to look out for us if we don't look out for ourselves? You know what I'm saying? And work together. And the barter system is a great system, but sometimes you got to pay money. Sometimes you got to pay money for what you're trying to do, because sometimes vision costs money. Yes, the barter system is great, but sometimes you gotta pay money.
You get what you pay for too. Believe that.
Thank you, Shannon.
So,
Y'all too. Yeah.
so with that being said, I have to get ready to get prepared for Content Sunday with the Boozy Book Baddies. But like I said, I appreciate you guys. I want to talk to y'all again, especially I want to talk to y'all after Houston because we're going to be going into Tulsa, and I just want to hear from y'all and y'all perspective as being in the Houston event. So,
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having us. This was fun. Thank you.
thank you. So you guys at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, we will be heading over to Jazz's house to do Content Sunday with the Boozy Book Baddies. I do not know the author that will be on the panel, but y'all know how it is. We try to help you brand yourself, help you get your content right, help you market, and help you get your shit together for free. So
I better apply because I think I need that.
So if you don't know, y'all need to follow RowdyGunnshy. These are both amazing ladies, so y'all need to follow them individually, and you need to follow their company. You need to go on their link tree, and you need to go to their YouTube channel, and y'all got to watch that damn web series. It is fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
It is. It was good. What was the episode? Wait, I even wrote the shit down. What was the episode?
Yeah, once you step into the world of Third Coast Communications.
I wear yellow panties on Tuesday. Bruh.
You know that line? That's one of my favorite lines.
Yo.
And she delivered it perfectly. We practiced that line. Remember?
You practiced that, yes.
That shit, man, y'all need to go to the YouTube channel and watch them. And if you are an author who is looking to get a movie trailer type trailer for your book, you need to get in those fucking info. What is it again?
Info at RowdyGunshyProductions.com, or you can just go to the website, RowdyGunshyProductions.com, and fill out the form.
So
for,
if you're
interest, yeah.
If you're interested, you need to fill out that form. And
it says contact us. It's the contact us. That's what it's called. Sorry.
So if you're interested, you need to go ahead and contact them. And then also be on the lookout for them to contact authors or be an author, say, hey, I was wondering if you thought my book may be something you'd be interested in making an indie film about. Contact them because y'all do have some amazing books. Believe in yourself. It ain't always about being top spot on the USA Best Times and New York Times list. Right. Sometimes it's actually just working with others in the community. So them lists ain't shit.
Then the community is what makes it go viral or get, we are the ones who can control that. Yes, Shannon, our links are in our bio. Like I have a link tree on mine and on my page, and then it can take you to RowdyGunnshy, our film stuff.
And I will say there's competitions for books made to film. Mm-hmm. Like there's literally festivals and competitions that speak just to that. So I just want to throw that out there as well, which again expands the audience.
I'm getting so excited because we love to do festivals. We love a good film festival. Mm-hmm. You guys, she's right. I'm so excited. Yeah. Can you imagine? We bring somebody, like we work with an indie author and we bring their stuff to life and we submit it to a festival and it wins. That's crazy. Like that happens, but that's what happens. And then you don't know who's there. People can see you and see your stuff. And next thing you know, somebody's reaching out to you for the big production, which is great.
And that's just so I know, that's the bread and butter. Like film festivals and things, that's how most people get discovered. So like think about like South by Southwest, Sundance and everything like that. That's where they go. And both of those are indie. They're indie. So so just so you know, it's putting that out there.
Southwest by Southwest is my dream festival to be a interviewer at. That is my dream festival.
Why is it a dream? Make it a reality. I will send you the stuff as when the submissions open and walk you through that process because I know people who's into
what I tell you, you say it. This one's like I'm doing it right now.
I know you fucking lying.
I'm not lying, and I think you have. Like I think
She would be perfect for South by Southwest, right,
Yeah.
Sharonda?
Yeah,
My
let's
God.
talk. Yeah.
Oh my God. Absolutely. Now she'll help you fill it out. You got to get it.
Yeah,
But
we'll walk through the whole thing, like what needs to be done and stuff, all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Storm, you would be, and you know what? I don't even know. We got to look to see if they do any kind of book thing there. If not, that could be
They
something
do.
we bring to the
No,
table.
they do.
Dang. Well, then we need to get in on
Yeah,
that.
they have like everything. Yeah, just
You would be great. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
She got to go soon.
Yeah. But,
Oh my God.
Connections.
Well, that's how you connect.
Helping people, boosting people, because when you do get on there and they love you, we know you're going to eventually be like, oh yeah, RowdyGunnshy. It's all everybody helping everybody.
I already know.
You
Anytime I
guys.
do something that is something, I'm always, hey, this person. You know,
You are good for that too.
Pull people with you. Pull them with you.
You're a connector. You're what we call a connector, Storm.
yes. And I enjoy doing stuff like this either, Storm. So it's never like I like staying busy and putting my hands on stuff and helping people. So absolutely.
Oh shit! Y'all just made my day. Now I gotta go drink.
I thought it's Content Sunday. What do you, well,
I'm gonna still drink and get high, but I'm gonna be on Content Sunday too.
okay.
Just putting that out there. But once again, thank you. Hell, thank you. I look forward to like speaking to you about. Damn, I don't even know what the fuck to say now. I appreciate y'all for real. Everybody, get ready to go over to Jazz House, and thank you again, ladies.